Hi there, myself Madhav Jha. I welcome you to CodeChef and let's have a look at this question.
The problem is magic mirror. The problem difficulty is easy and there are no prerequisites. Let's have a read at the problem. A long time ago, Chef found a pair of magic mirrors. Naturally, he decided to play around with them to test their capabilities. Now there exists an infinite number of boxes arranged in a line. The boxes are numbered from 1 to 3. This goes from left to right. Initially, all of these boxes are colored white. Now what Chef does is, Chef will choose two integers x1 and x2 such that x1 is less than x2 but both of them are greater than or equal to 1. And then he places these mirrors at these two positions. Then he performs the following operation several times. That is, he will choose an integer d such that d is greater than or equal to 0 but less than x, and box x1 minus d is colored white. Then color box x1 minus d white. The magic mirrors are linked, so this will cause the box x2 plus d to also become colored black. So let's see what we are saying here. Let's assume that we have these two mirrors placed here. Whenever we are trying to color at d distance from x1, if this becomes black, then another box that is at d distance to the right from x2 will also become black. So in that manner, these are reflective. Whatever we do at a distance d here to the left will be followed at a distance d here to the right. Now, we have stumbled across these infinite lines of boxes. However, the only thing that we can see is that there are n boxes colored black, namely the boxes A1, A2 till AN. And we are guaranteed that this n is even and that A1 is less than A2, A2 is less than A3, and so on till AN. Now, is it possible that this coloring is a result of Chef's experiment? This is what we have to find. That is, does there exist a choice of x1 and x2 where we can place our mirror, and then a sequence of coloring boxes that will result in exactly these n boxes being colored black? Now, the first line of input will contain a single integer t denoting the number of test cases, and each test case will have two lines. The first line contains the integer n, that is the number of boxes colored black, and the second line contains n-based integers, that is a1, a2, a3 till an. As for the output, we have to output yes if it is true that the arrangement that we got is a result of Chef's experiment with the magic boxes, otherwise we print no. As for the constraints, number of test cases will go from 1 to 2000, value of n will go from 2 to 100. We know that n is even, and we know that all the elements are in strictly increasing order. Let's see some sample inputs. So for the very first sample input, we have n given as 2, and the two boxes that are colored black are at the position 3 and 5. So this is pretty easy. We can simply place those mirrors at 3 and 5 and then make our d as 0. With that, these two will be colored, and as we have seen, d can be equal to 0. Let's see the second sample input. So for the second sample input, the boxes 1, 2, 3 and 4 has to be colored. So what we can do is, we can place our mirror at index 2 and 3. Then we iterate our d over 0 and 1. With this, with 0, 2 is colored and 3 is colored. With 1, 1 is colored and 4 is colored. So this also is a valid possibility. Let's see how we can approach the solution. So as we have seen, if we go on and try to perform this experiment, so if let's say A1 is colored, then AN must also be colored, right? Assuming that we have placed our mirror in the middle, right? Let's say n divided by 2 half. Let's assume that they are at the middle, right? N divided by 2 and n divided by 2 plus 1. Again, so if we choose the distance of half, then A1 is colored, and by the properties of the mirror, AN is also colored. Now if we choose to color A2, then AN minus 1 is also colored. Again, if we choose to color A3, then AN minus 2 is also colored. So with this, something that we can observe is that the sum remains the same. That is A1 plus AN, then we have A2 plus AN minus 1. This property is observed because in one place we are subtracting d and in one we are adding d. So effectively, we need to make sure that the sum of the indices at the left and right are equal for all the sequence that we are given. So as we have seen in this example, 1 plus 4 is 5, 2 plus 3 is 5, and so on. So all we need to check to validate whether a solution is correct or not is just validate that the elements that were given, that is a1 plus an, has to be equal to a2 plus an minus 1, similarly a3 plus an minus 2, and so on. If for all of the elements it matches, then our answer is yes, otherwise our answer is no. And with that, we get our solution. Let's see how we can implement the solution in C++. So for each test case, we call the function solve. In solve, we take the input of n and then we take the input of our array. Now, as you have seen in the approach, we just need to ensure that all the sums, that is 1 plus n minus 1, is equal to the consecutive sums of the boxes that we have seen. So first and last sum should be equal to second and second last, third and third last, and so on. If we find any one of them breaking the sequence, then our answer is no, otherwise our answer is yes. And as you can see, I have EC in my C++ implementation. Let's see how we can implement this in Python. Again, for each test case, we call the function solve, take the input of n and take the input of our array. Then we check whether the sum are matching as we have seen in our approach. If for any pair we found that the sum is not matching, then our answer is no. Otherwise, we print yes. And as you can see, I have EC in Python implementation as well. So I hope you understood the problem, the approach, and how we can implement the solution in both C++ and Python. Have a very good day, and I'll see you in the next video.